Placemaking, it's not architecture, it's not urban design, it's not urban planning. It's an effort to engage people who live in a community in activities that strengthen their connection to the place that they live in.
One of the things that's hard for people to understand who've never lived through a boom is it really changes everything.
Oh, this is the city. It's alive. It changes all the time. It will continue to change. We just lost a produce store at the corner, and I don't think it will come back as a produce store.
The crime came down. Frankly, I think it's because people from other neighborhoods saw the value in its central location. And then young people kind of discovered it.
The neighborhood's improved. There's a lot of good places to eat, and you know, if you said, "Oh, where should I go?" I'd say, "Well, try this and this and this." You know, in the mid '80s, I would have said, "You're out of luck." You know, there's no place to go.
I love what's happening right now with neighborhood establishments that are opening up. There's a great feeling when you go into a place that you know is locally owned. You know the people who work there live in the neighborhood. There's a great connection and a sense of place that you feel when you go into a place like that.
I live near a station that has trains, buses, and places to park my bike. I've taken the train with my mom and dad downtown, to the airport, and to see a soccer game. It's fun to have so many different ways of getting around my neighborhood and city. That's what living in a transit-oriented development does. When you think about it, transit-oriented development is really a people-oriented development.
So this is, actually a really fun place to kayak. People are aching for experiences where they can do something together that puts you in touch with nature within a city. I mean, it's, there's kind of nothing.
Bicycling as freight transport in terms of carbon footprint and supporting local business. It's just these little subtle things that make communities a little bit better.
And it's getting people in the businesses and getting that whole interaction and getting that activity happening not only in the parks, but also in the local businesses of downtown. When there's a sense of community, it just kind of really brings everybody together, and then that creates this active environment that really just becomes, warm and welcoming and, thriving in that way.
The bus stop is that invisible moment in time when you shift from being a pedestrian on the footway to being a passenger on a bus, a magical transformation. And so it's a special place, but we ignore it.
Part of that's about waiting. Let's not wait in line. Why should we actually do that? Why don't we actually have places where people want to be and the bus happens to come as well? And what we're really about is trying to understand how to engage the public in the whole joy of actually moving around a city and discovering new things about how they are, how the city is, and so on.
We have no choice but to build more lanes for cars. It's what the forecast models tell us. I mean, it's not like we can question the models. Look, there just isn't any room for walking on public streets. And come on, do you really think people are going to be walking if the streets are designed to be dangerous for walking? Of course not.
You can use art to bring a community together. If there's enough new work being produced, then there's a reason to come here. When you bring people to an area, the rest just follows.